Hi guys. In today's lesson you will have some bell work, so make sure in your Cornell notes that you leave a space for your bell work because you'll be doing that in class. But as you know, we've been talking about scarcity and how scarcity forces people to make choices about how they're going to use their scarce resources. And so yesterday, I asked you to take a poll survey in which you had to, figure out, what you do when you deal with scarcity in your life. And so we'll look at those results in class, but a lot of times people try to have it all, right? You can see the example on the screen that you're taking notes of today. If I gave you $20 in class and I told you that you had to use that money to buy a CD or to go out to eat, which would you choose? Well, I know which one I would choose, but which one would you choose? Now, I'm guessing you're probably sitting there going, well, Miss Oviedo, I know what I'll do. I will go to the fast food restaurant, let's say McDonald's, and I'll eat on the dollar menu and I'll save a bunch of money there. And then I'll go and I'll buy the CD so I can have it all, right? Or maybe you're thinking, you know what, I'll download the music I want, that CD that I really want, even though that's illegal. And, then I'll go out to eat at a fancy schmancy restaurant. But, is that having it all? Well, sometimes you can choose it that way. Life will present itself with situations sometimes where you will get to choose all of the above. But, unfortunately, life will throw you those curveballs as well. Those ones where you have to choose. You can't have it all. So when that occurs in life, I hope it doesn't occur that much for you, but when it does, you have to make a decision. Okay? So first of all, we want to talk about trade-offs. Okay? Trade-offs is everything that you sacrifice when you make a choice. So this morning, when I was getting ready to go to work, I had a choice. It was a huge decision that I had to make, and that was whether or not to eat Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What should I choose? Well, before I tell you which one I in fact chose, I want you to know that my trade-off is all of the cereals I gave up. Okay? But before we get there, let's talk about all of my choices. Okay? I had the choice to have Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes. You can see that I chose Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So are the two cereals my only things that I traded off? Actually, I also traded off starving. That was a choice. I could, choose not to eat at all. Or maybe how some of you teenage boys, maybe you would get a bowl of each. You're really hungry. Or maybe you'll mix a bowl with all three cereals together. Now, that's not what I did, but that was a choice that I had. Okay? Maybe I had a choice of, frying an egg or having some oatmeal for breakfast, right? So every option that I gave up, I sacrificed when I chose Cinnamon Toast Crunch was my trade-off. Now notice how economists use the word sacrifice. That's a really powerful word. Sacrifice means it's dead to you, it's gone. It's not an option anymore. Okay? So they're very deliberate, economists are, in the verbiage that they use when they, think about trade-offs. Okay? So again, trade-offs is all of the choices that you give up when you make a decision. In economics, when you make choices, remember, like we said, there's always a cost. And the cost doesn't always have to be money. Remember when we talked about this in class? Your cost could be your time, your heart, your energy. It could be someone else's money, not yours, but somebody else's. Okay? So economists believe there's always a cost. And we call that opportunity cost. Okay? Every choice presents you an opportunity, and your decision, it will cost you. Okay? So with my cereal option this morning, my cost, you can see the definition there on your screen. Make sure you write it down in your notes. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best one that had to be given up when you chose what you chose, right? So with my cereal example again, I chose Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I traded off all the other options. But what was my opportunity cost? Well, let's pretend that I went to reach for the box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that was my choice. And when I pulled it down, I found that it was empty. Somebody put it back empty, which has happened in my house before. But let's say it was empty. So the next one I would have chosen, which would have probably been Honey Nut Cheerios, would have been my opportunity cost. Okay? So see how my trade-offs is everything I gave up when I chose, but my opportunity cost is the next best one. Okay? So having chose Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if that wasn't an option for me, then my second best choice, my opportunity cost, would have been one of the others, okay? Which would probably have been Honey Nut Cheerios, okay? So for today, just kind of wrapping up, I want you to go ahead and put your summary box in your notes. And in that, I want you to write about a recent decision that you've made. Now, it doesn't have to be a crazy important decision. It's your choice. And I want you to write about the decision that you made. And then I want you to list what were your trade-offs, meaning all of your options. And then I want you to tell me what your decision you made, which choice did you go with. And then I want you to indicate to me which one would have been your opportunity cost. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow.